Hey fam, hey champions, how are you doing? So this is post Mawenzi ride that happened on Sunday morning. So I'm just trying to clean my bike, and that is to take the dust off first. Although I don't recommend you doing this, I'm using a soft brush. It may end up scratching your paint, but at least the most important thing first is to remove the dust. I didn't wash it yesterday because I just wanted it to the dust to dry up fast so that it becomes easy to remove it even from the chain. So I'm just cleaning the places where with a soft brush. This, by the way, you can customize these toothbrushes. They're quite soft and not very. It's not very brittle, so you can't like you eliminate the risk of scratching your paint with them. So that's why I prefer using them. So I have fresh water. Here I've mixed fresh water with detergent, that is Omo. Fresh water is softer and also will take care of the components, so I wouldn't have to worry about rust and yeah, just rust on the parts, because these movable parts, even though based on how the bike came from the manufacturer and even how the technicians have been doing service, the places are sealed, so no water can access, but at least it's good to take care of your bike and pay attention on the other details. Yeah, so we'll start by putting this soft cloth just on top slightly to ensure that the water gets to the muddy places and we are able to remove the dust that is settling on top of the body. Yeah, so as we clean the bike, some of the tips that I've learned for the years that I've been cycling is that with regards to when it comes to cycling, not unless you are sponsored, you can just hammer your bike around the trails the way you want. But if you're not sponsored and you know you are the self-sponsor, remember the bike will run on your budget. And this means that you also have to be keen with the usage of the bike. You don't just throw it around like the way sponsored cyclists do. You don't just throw it around. You have to remember at the end of the day, the expense will be on you. So with that in mind, you become careful of how you ride. Sometimes, especially when we are having competitions, we pay for those entry fees and all the prize goes to the winner and the sponsors. You go back with your bike. Yeah, that's the funny bit of cycling in Kenya. Funny. The government has not yet taken it seriously to begin sponsoring the cyclists, the talented cyclists who can represent Kenya in various categories and capacities. So for now, if you see a nice bike, just know that is somebody's sweat, somebody who has saved money and for some period of time for them to own such a good machine. So when you see it on the road, you just respect it, and you not only just the good machines, but also any cyclist. Just respect the cyclist and ensure that you keep distance. And also, as a cyclist, I think you have to exercise some form of selfishness. In this way, you cannot just give your bike to anyone to ride the bike, because nobody can take care of your assets better than yourself, because you understand the sweat equity that you you had to pay for you to have access to that machine. Most of us, these are our fourth bicycles that we are owning. We started somewhere with simple cheap bikes, and then as we got to understand and build capacity, then we were able to import nice bikes for our daily use and yeah, just to have a better feel of it. So a bike is somebody's investment. So the same way you can't share, you can't give somebody your phone to go and use and then bring it back to you. Same thing should apply to a bicycle, because the components are expensive. And here in Kenya, especially once you've helped somebody with a bike and something happens, then they will come and just give you an apology. Very few have the integrity of taking the bike, repairing it, and taking care of the costs. They'll just come and tell you they are sorry, or that becomes the end of friendship. So to avoid such issues, just keep your bike. Tell somebody we can just meet on other issues, but when it comes to the issue of changing bikes and everything, I draw a line there. It's better to lose a friend over such than to lose a friend because they refuse to repair, and then you have to involve the authorities in the matter. You take legal direction. Sometimes it ends up very messy, you know. So to avoid all that, it's good to just have rules around your equipment and ensure that you maintain it well. Yeah, so I have a couple of brushes in here. Some I use to clean the chain. I'll show you how I clean the chain. For now, allow me to remove the mud that is around here. Allow me to remove the mud. You know, it looks like I'm talking to myself, so there's some of my neighbors who are walking around and they're wondering what the hell is wrong with this guy. But that's the journey of content creation. Sometimes you have to look mad. You need to mboka. Yeah, so I'm in the area of cleaning I'm now cleaning my jockey wheels. Yeah, I tend to use the, what do you call it, ceramic wax, which is good, keeps the chain clean. But at times when it consolidates after some time, it can form some nasty blocks that tend to look like stuck mud. So you have to ensure that it is well cleaned, and that's what I want to remove, so that by taking care of that, my chain is well taken care of. I have to clean that nicely. Also this other one on the inside. So I don't know how your story is, especially with sharing bikes with other fellow cyclists. I normally see it as a problem within the cycling community, and I've heard of cases where people walichezewa kabaya. You're the only person who can take care of your equipment, so if you know the price that you've paid for you to have it, you wouldn't want to risk it in the name of impressing people. So cycling is expensive. It's a good sport, but it's expensive as well. Yeah, so now I need to clean the cassette. This is a good brush for cleaning the cassette. It's not very brittle, it's very soft, so it just removes the dust, and also it helps me in cleaning the chain as well. And it also sums up as a tire cleaner as well. It can do so many functions. You put it on the derailleur so that it doesn't scratch the paint. There's nothing as good as having a bike whose paint is still intact, such that if you decide to sell the bike, it can still fetch you value because of the maintenance. People trust a bicycle when it has its original paint than when you go and repaint it or change it to another brand and then you want to sell. So somebody's wondering, which bike am I buying? And what I've come to realize with the psychology of cyclists, if something looks changed, immediately their brain tells them that it's fake. Well, at that time, it's not really fake. It's just that you've opted for customization. So here I am. Sorry, the lighting is not the best, but we shall improve as time goes. But we can always start from somewhere. At least you can see me. That's what matters. I like that bee sound, it's so good. Yeah, so let's do justice to the second wheel. Second or rear wheel? It's actually rear wheel. Let me remove my mop a little bit. We had a good time in Mawezi. Hey, I really enjoyed myself, but I've realized something. I really need to do more practice, especially on off-road. It's only that time has been quite a factor for me, but they say you create time for what you love. So I want to go back to it because off-road is my first love. My first bike was an MTB. I'm very passionate. I love mountain bikes, by the way. I just love mountain bikes. Yes, gravel bikes have come in, but there's nothing compares to the sweetness of just having a wide handlebar, bouncing over rocks without thinking about, yeah, like the bike is taking all the pressure and all the pain. Yours is just to enjoy the ride and try see if you can get some KOMs. See if you can get some KOMs. So yeah, oh yeah. It's coming out well. At least I'm not hearing any noise from the disc brakes, meaning that it was just dust that had collected. So with a squeeze of water, it removes the dust, and I'm able to just have some smooth, quiet roll around the brake pads. So yeah, this looks good. Good. Remember I said I'm using water that has detergent. The detergent that I go to is Omo. Omo, I think the chemical composition is good. So for the years that I've used Omo in cleaning the bike, I've never had any issues in terms of rusting on the bearings and all that. But the times that I've changed to other brands that I won't mention, because I don't have a lawyer. Yeah, they've been doing some justice. So I have to clean. You have to be thorough because a double suspension has so many joints and it has so many bearings, by the way. So you really have to ensure thorough cleaning even in the spaces which tend to look inaccessible, because in those places that we ignore or you call them inaccessible, that's where grease tends to pile up after some time, and then you get some cranky sound. Yeah, so far so good. The bike is coming out well. The bike is coming out well. Yeah, we're still campaigning for road safety, and that is to say that the pace at which cycling lanes are being constructed in Kenya um, is like the pace at which a snail can the pace at which a snail can take to travel from Kenya to Tanzania. It's quite slow, I'd say, and it's not something that is being taken up seriously. But at least in the city, like in Nairobi, our capital city, they have started something. But we wanted something that could be replicated in all counties. We don't have to advocate for it because as the world is pushing towards green mobility, or mobility that takes care of the environment, that should be part of the agenda. Before even pushing for the carbon credits, I think they should push for cycling lanes. We need to see funding towards the cycling lanes, because cycling needs to grow as a sport. If you live in somewhere like in Mombasa, a place like Bamburi, early in the morning, when you go to the highest or the topmost floor of your apartment, especially for those who are staying in apartments that are 4 floors and above, you'll be able to see the skyline of Mombasa being clear early in the morning. But the moment it gets to around 10, 11, it looks a bit smoky. And you know what that is? That is carbon monoxide. It's the emissions from cars. Those are emissions from cars. So we have to do something before it's too late. We have to do something before it's too late. So yeah, so far so good. We've done the most, just cleaning the tires now. There's also another bike that is around here from my friend. We are trying to, he has brought it to me so that I do repairs on it. By the way, I do repair bikes. I do repairs for it, and I'll show you the journey how it goes. Apparently, because he didn't take good care of the chain, he's now forced to replace the pulley, the derailleur pulley, and it's not a cheap thing because because of the misalignment, the derailleur kind of the chain moved out of its path and squeezed itself between the jockey wheels and the derailleur cage. So the derailleur cage has been grinded completely. The way you can use a power saw to cut down a tree and grind through the back of the tree. That's how the derailleur has worked on the. That's how the derailleur has worked. As the chain has worked on the derailleur cage. It's completely gone. So I'll take you through the journey of how we restore it up to where we give the bike back to the client. It will take some time, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because I've had to import the parts. Also the Minolink. The Minolink, I think when you are taken for service, the problem with the fundis that we have, if they notice that the bike mechanics that we have, if they notice that you're still a newbie and you have a good machine and you don't know your cycling components, they may change something. And that's why I stopped leaving my bike. When I don't have time to repair my bike, I don't leave it with the fundis. I make sure I have time for it to sit there and just watch what the guy is doing. People are corny, people are crafty. So you have to take care of your investments. Bike maintenance is not something you can just take it for granted. If they will not be able to change the parts that you can see, can change even bearings. And bearings, good bearings, especially the SKF brand, they cost a lot. They cost a lot. These other cheap bearings, after some time, once they have an encounter with water, you will know, and you will know it very fast. They wear out so fast. So you have to ensure you know your bike, know your components. Take time to study your bike. Take time to study its components so that if somebody tampers with anything, you can easily know that something has been messed up with. The tires that I'm using on this bike, they are not the original tires that came with it. It's only that I use this bike a lot on tarmac roads. So I installed the cross-country tires. Otherwise, it uses the downhill enduro tires. The top of the chain, the Maxxis DHR and Maxxis DHF. They are quite heavy tires, but they can bend a nail. Quite heavy tires, but they can bend a nail. So for now, I'm just using this randomly, but in case we have some serious rides, off-road rides, I'll have to change the tires. Yeah, so it's time for us to change water and get the fresh water so that we can rinse the bike. You can see, so I have to put my brushes together on this container. So yeah, learn to take care of your bike. Ensure your bike is in good condition at all times. As the the Bible tells us that cleanliness is next to godliness. And not just physical cleanliness, but the cleanliness of the heart and all those things. But either way, oh shish, something fell on my screen. I hope it won't cause any issue. Yeah, there you go. Looks better. Sorry. Yeah, so I was saying cleanliness is next to godliness. So at all times you have to ensure that, and this was not talking about the physical cleanliness, but also cleanliness of the heart. But you see, if you're clean on the inside, it will always reflect on the outside as well. So what am I saying? I'm saying ensure you are a clean person. Have a clean bike. Be a clean person. Yeah. And yeah, you're not doing anybody a favor. You're just doing yourself favor by being a clean person. It earns you good reputation and good respect. I remember on Saturday when we came out and guys brought out their bikes. Could see the way people have maintained their bikes, and you're like, wow, this is so encouraging. This looks good. So yeah, we need to take good care of our bikes. So yeah, let me fetch some clean water. Then we rinse our baby. Just a minute. I'm coming. Why should I say that I'm coming? Let me bring the water. Here I am. Just a little bit. It's easy to use fresh water. It's good because it will take good care of your components. Yeah, congratulations to the team that went to Malindi, and this person, I mean to be specific, Eli, who is part of Nyali Cycling Club, and the Epic Sports Club as well. Their achievement is an achievement for all of us, and we are happy. Yeah. So we plan to at least join and recruit more young people to join cycling, because some of us, we cannot participate in those races. We are not the kind of riders who like competing, and some of us, we don't have that time. But any opportunity we get to be with them in terms of support uh, and helping them achieve their ambitions, it's a good thing. It's teamwork. We celebrate what they do. So remember, just as you cannot share your wife with anybody else, huwezi peana bibi yako ugongewe bibi na mtu mwingine, na hata ukigongewa unajua the way you'll feel bad. Do the same for your bike. You should only ride your bike. Nobody else should ride your bike. Yeah, should ride your bike. And remember, you won't be young forever. So you have to take this opportunity to ride as much as you can. Be good at what you can. For me, personally, I've accepted I'm not the racer kind of a person, but I'm an endurance kind of a rider. I love long distance. I like touring. I will be venturing into bike touring. I have friends as well who've expressed interest in that, and I think right now is just the best time to begin to buy the bike packing items and see what we can do, and how we can, and even touring equipment, so that we can start planning these tours and and going out to have fun. So this is a wrap from me. I think my bike is clean. It's not that I think, I know my bike is clean. Let me just bring this closer. You can see there. So yeah, my bike is clean and I'm done. Thank you for your time. Remember to always keep a clean bike. When the bike is clean, your components are going to serve you for a longer time. When the bike is clean, um, even you yourself, you feel good, you feel at peace anytime you ride it. When the bike is clean, it also gives you a good reputation out there. At least people see that this person knows how to take care of the equipment, that even at the time when you need maybe a bike to go out for a race and do something, somebody can trust you with it because they see how you take care of your bike. When you have a clean bike, you also prolong the life of your bike. So always ensure you clean your bike, take time and use, especially for us who are in salty areas, in areas where there is humidity and you know the water is saline because we are close to the ocean. Always use soft water or desalinated water. And even if you use the desalinated water, ensure you add some powder soap, or we call it detergent, to help also in softening the water further. So always clean your bike with soft water. So that's it from me. My name is Oscar from Enduro Cycles. Remember to subscribe, like, comment and share. This is our group. It's not mine. It is our group. It is our cycling community. Um, and let's grow ourselves. Let's support each other. And yeah, we build a life around us because there's life beyond bikes. I know some of us we've developed meaningful friendships out of these two wheels. And yeah, a bicycle is a conversation starter. So anytime you meet a fellow cyclist, remember to say hi, comment, like, and share. I talk a lot, especially when I'm in front of a camera. So just excuse me if I give you a million and one advices. So yeah, enjoy your evening. It's a wrap from me.